changes, so this is the Rangers team which started last Sunday's 3-1 defeat of St Mirren. The only changes are on the bench, with Peter Lovenkrantz in the squad and Claudio Reyna back in the frame. It's another chance for skipper Lorenzo Amoruso and Bert Konterman to develop their central defensive partnership, and another chance for Billy Dodds to add to his already impressive goals tally, 7 in the first 6 games of the season. Neil McCann starts for the 4th match on the trot. He'll remain a Rangers player unless Coventry City can up their offer for the Scotland winger well beyond £5 million. Ian Ferguson's not the only ex-Ranger in the Dunfermline team. 21-year-old Barry Nicholson gave up on his Ibrox dream a couple of weeks ago in favour of first-team football. And a third former Rangers man is one of 2 changes to Jimmy Calderwood's side. Ryan Reid is in defence with Mikael Duisberg injured. Junior Mendes is ruled out too. 19-year-old Stephen Boyle is in from the start. Here's how Dunfermline will line up: a back 3 with Justin Skinner alongside Reid and Scott Thompson. Ferguson will look to get a grip of the midfield, and Stevie Crawford is the main striker. The referee for Rangers against Dunfermline is Kenny Clark. Rangers get the match started. It's always a bit of a worry for the opposition when they hear Dick Advocaat saying things like he's not too happy with the level of performance so far. You wonder what is to come from his team. Who won 3 games out of 3 in the SPL so far. Scored 9 goals in the process, and they're 1 game away from the Champions League. Manager expects better, and Dunfermline will try hard to cope on their return to the Premier League. And this just the sort of match which drove them on to promotion last season. Tugai hoping to get a run in the first team. The precious few starts last time round. Lovely reverse pass there from Barry Ferguson. Neat back heel from Wallace for Rickson. Tugai needed quick feet, and now Alberts. The gap opening up for him. Almost. A delicate little chip to the back post. Billy Dodds was applying the pressure, and it was Brian Reid who was forced into conceding the match's first corner kick. It wouldn't quite open up for the shot from Alberts, so instead it was an expert setup. So Alberts right on the goal line for the corner kick, and Rod Wallace in just behind him. In from Van Bronckhorst. It was swerving wickedly, and Marco Rautenbeck had to deal with this delivery from his fellow Dutchman. Just got his fingertips to it. Rickson's pass doesn't find its target, which was Wallace. Dunfermline lose possession again. The Wallace shot charged down. Ferguson's header. And Bronckhorst to Alberts. Well, won by Dare, but Dunfermline have lost it again. Neil McCann, room and time. Mishit from Ferguson. Now Alberts. The cut back. Tugai. It was a good challenge, which denied him the opportunity. Further threat from McCann. Gets to the byline beyond Dare. Lovely ball in. And headed behind by Justin Skinner. His back page news at the moment is Neil McCann with Coventry's sustained interest. And the interest will continue if they see more of that. David Moss with the header. Expertly taken away to safety by Van Bronckhorst, then combines with McCann and Alberts. Slick stuff from Rangers. He needs a good final ball. Turned back by Wallace for Tugai. Deflected on its way through, but a relatively easy take for Marco Rautenbeck. The Wallace shot. Now Barry Ferguson. And Bronckhorst. Dodds squeezed through for McCann, looking for a penalty kick, and it's given by Kenny Clark against Jason Dare. McCann certainly got on the wrong side of the Dunfermline player there. There was tugging going on well outside the box. That was the point at which McCann hit the ground. There'll be debate about that because the original offence seemed to take place well outside the area. But Kenny Clark had no second thoughts. Penalty kick given, and George Alberts with a chance to give Rangers the lead. Pretty unconvincingly, he does so. Rautenbeck chose to dive the right way. He got contact, but the ball slithered under his body, and Rangers won ahead with 10 minutes gone. There'll be debate about the penalty, and certainly a fair bit of debate about the execution of the kick, and Marco Rautenbeck will feel that he should have done better with this. Not one of Albert's better efforts. The goalkeeper got across to it, but he couldn't keep it out of the net. 1-0 Rangers. Bert Conterman, long-angled ball for Neil McCann, into Alberts, back to McCann, danger again for Dunfermline. This time McCann overran it, allowing the keeper to collect. Another impressive attack from Rangers, moving well. Ian Ferguson. It's a good ball in from Barry Nicholson, just beyond Moss. Matai. Dutchman against Dutchman. Matai, and that's a good ball in, and it's the equaliser. And it's the teenager, Stephen Boyle, who got a touch to it. And Stefan Klos couldn't keep it out. The moment seemed to have passed for Dunfermline. Matai did well to get away from Rickson, squeeze the ball into the box, and 19-year-old Stephen Boyle will well remember this day. In from the start against the champions, and it's he who's headed in the equaliser. 1-1. McCann waiting for Rickson's run. There was a nudge from Fernando Rickson, and a free kick has been given. There was the push from Rickson right at the edge of the area. It's been far from a dream start here for Dick Advocat. 1-0 up after 10 minutes, but now back to 1-1. Bronkhorst. McCann for Dodds. First time layoff for Giovanni van Bronckhorst. That's a wonderful goal. So simple for van Bronckhorst's first goal of the season. A lesson in passing and movement, this. And it was all started by van Bronckhorst. Played the pass to McCann. He was off and running. Chipped in by McCann for Dodds, the first time layoff, and van Bronckhorst waited his moments before placing the ball in the net off the underside of the crossbar. Top quality with that, and Rangers 2-1 ahead, 22 minutes gone. Ryan Reid with the clearance. Rickson challenging. Stephen Boyle has taken a knock on the face. There was the challenge from Rickson, and it looks as if Boyle was caught by the elbow of the Rangers fullback. That's a blow to Jimmy Calderwood and Jimmy Nicholl, the sight of teenager Boyle. heading off on a stretcher, having scored the goal which made it 1-1. Owen Coyle, his experienced replacement. Out at the touchline, barking out the instructions, the Rangers manager. McCann to Alberts. It was intended to be a return pass. Rautenbeck finds Coyle, dangerous one. Beyond Matai. It breaks for Tugai. Billy Dodds. Number 3 for Rangers. And the goals just can't stop coming for Billy Dodds. 8 for the season in 7 games. But this all started with the ball being given away by Owen Coyle. Just on as a sub, hadn't got his touch. And you don't really want to give too much room to Billy Dodds. When he sniffs a chance, he tends to take it. And that's exactly what happened here. Found himself just a glimmer of a chance. And immediately it was drilled across Rautenbeck into the corner. 3-1 Rangers. Dare and Crawford combined. Jason Dare. The shot went wide, and that was a little bit more encouraging for Dunfermline. It doesn't need to be that complex in the build-up. This was relatively simple. And the shot on goal from Jason Dare. 2 minutes added, and that's the half-time whistle. And it looks very much as if Rangers have already wrapped up the 3 points after George Alberts sent them on their way after just 10 minutes. A hotly debated penalty, I'm sure, after Neil McCann raced away from Jason Dare, crashed to the ground. Kenny Clark said penalty kick. It looked as if the original offence had taken place outside the area. George Alberts wasn't complaining and squeezed his kick under Marco Rautenbeck. But there was good news for Dunfermline. Rob Matai's cross, a flashing header from 19-year-old Stephen Boyle. What a dream day it was at that stage for the youngster. Sadly, minutes later, he was stretchered off. And Rangers opened up their lead again with this slick move finished by Giovanni van Bronckhorst. His shot crashing in off the underside of the crossbar after the involvement of McCann and Dodds. 2-1 Rangers, 21 minutes gone. That was Owen Coyle giving the ball away, having just come on as a sub, and how he was punished by Rangers. Dodds finding the tiniest of gaps to hammer home a shot for his 8th goal of the season. Half-time at Ibrox. Rangers on easy street, they're 3-1 ahead. Right at the start of the second half, Dunfermline make a change. Rob Matai has stayed behind in the away dressing room, and Eddie May is on in his place. It's not quite mission impossible for Dunfermline, but it's not far short. 3-1 down already, having been given some hope with that Stephen Boyle equaliser, and also by the fact that they've got some Premier points tucked away. Previous 4 games, this could be a tough second half for them, with Rangers showing distinct signs of improvement. Cleared by Reid, only as far as Alberts. Tugai. It's Neil McCann. Rod Wallace awaits. You could see that one coming. 3 minutes only gone in the second half. And from 3-1, it's now 4-1. And again, it's Neil McCann who's doing so much of the damage to Dunfermline. He'd wandered across from left to right. And the right foot's not too bad, is it? Over the head of Marco Rautenbeck. And that was on a plate for Rod Wallace to score his 2nd goal of the season. And Rangers, immediately after the restart, extending their lead. Lots of good passing and good movement. Dunfermline stretched, And now 4-1 down. Amoruso's pass, a good one for Neil McCann. Watch that carefully, drop over his shoulder. There's a real urgency and purpose about Neil McCann here. Billy Dodd settles for a corner kick. Van Bronckhorst, Amoruso's header took a touch off Rod Wallace, and it was well saved by Marco Rautenbeck. Couldn't have got the greatest of views of this. The header powered down from Amoruso, and it was flicked away by the Dutch keeper as Rod Wallace tried to apply the scoring touch. Good, powerful defensive header from Lorenzo Amoruso. That was Rickson, and a good touch from Tugai to kill the ball instantly. There's another good touch from Billy Dodds this time. Rod Wallace. The support is from Alberts. Neat touch from Neil McCann. Here's Alberts again. Threatening, close to the Dunfermline goal. Lots of good football from Rangers. Good combinations. Every player seemingly aware of what's happening round about. And it's a nightmare for Dunfermline. 7 in the box for Van Bronckhorst to aim at. 1 is Lorenzo Amoruso. Couldn't quite steer the header down. Up well enough above that ruck of players, but it just skimmed over the top of the crossbar. Dodds to Reina. Ferguson for Fernando Rickson. First involvement for Kanchelskis. Good ball in too. Neil McCann claiming for the penalty kick. Again against Jason Deere. In from Reina. Touched away by Rautenbeck. Corner kick, but was it a penalty? Neil McCann says yes. He was climbing for the header, and he claims that his shirt is being yanked by Jason Deere. It was looking as if it might be a dream day early on for Stephen Boyle at Ibrox when he scored that goal, but ends it up looking like the wounded warrior having been stretchered off. Yet again, possession given away. Mix up between Coyle and Moss. Tugai for Dodds. Through for Neil McCann. Tried to lift that over the head of Rautenbeck. Deserves a goal, McCann, for his performance here. And again, his confidence high as he tried to chip this one over the keeper. Here's the first sighting for the Rangers supporters of Peter Lovenkrantz, signed from AB Copenhagen for £1.3 million. And he'll do well to live up to the showing in this match of Neil McCann. Simply superb. Reina. Scott Thompson doing the defending. Mistake again in the midfield. Here comes Tugai. Great chance for number 5 for Rangers, Kanchelskis. Good solid save. Pretty much straight at Rautenbeck. There seemed a great chance here after possession was given away for Tugai to set up Kanchelskis for number 5. Saved by Rautenbeck. Class apart, Rangers. Dunfermline can do little about this. Here's Lovenkrantz, driven in low. Cleared by Skinner. Here's Van Bronckhorst. Here's Dodds. Good save from Rautenbeck. Saved it with his legs. Tugai. Rangers start again. Neat touch from Tugai. Perfect for Ferguson. Now Dodds and Ferguson. Couldn't find the gap. Got himself into a good position there, Barry Ferguson, supporting Dodds after Rautenbeck had denied the Scotland striker here, right in front of goal. It was a good challenge from Brian Reid, which shut down Dodds' options, and a good solid save from the Dutchman, well behind the shot. It's all over, and Rangers have beaten Dunfermline by 4-1. A healthy enough margin. It could have been even wider, the difference between the two teams at the end. Dick Advocat and Jimmy Calderwood know each other well from Dutch football. But back in the Scottish Premier League, a huge gulf in class between these two. Giovanni van Bronckhorst exemplified that with the quality of his goal. Rangers second in the first half. It was 3-1 at half-time, and 3 minutes after the restart, Rangers had moved further clear when Rod Wallace scored. Billy Dodds having got number